This is our vlog for CC101. Case Study. My name is Deron Florentino.
I'm Amarah, Diaz.
I'm Kenneth Atop.
Reyven, Alvarico.
And I'm Darielle, Cruz, and this is our
Budgeting Program.
Lagag. So, ayan guys. I-explain ko kung ano yung title namin and kung bakit namin ito pinili. So, before we start, gusto ko lang shout out si Ma'am. Ma'am Army, our loyal viewer. So, yun. Balik tayo kung bakit ko ito ginagawang video na ito. So, we just analyzing teachers' income allocation through a budgeting framework because we had no choice. I mean, literally. Pero, at least, on the bright side, relevant naman siya. Kasi kung di man kami naging passionate sa topic, at least naging practical kami. I mean, growth is growth. Tama. So, yan. And, pinili namin yung teacher kasi nga, tingin namin sa lahat ng mga tao, mga teacher talaga yung like, magaling kumawak sa pera, hindi magastos. I mean, magastos naman sila kasi marami silang binibili para sa mga student. Pero, like, magaling sila kumawak sa pera. Alam talaga nila kung saan makukuha yung sahod nila. It's everything senas. So, ayun guys, nakauwi na ako at na-itis. And kanina, habang namimili kami ng aming mga pagkain dito sa bahay, ay shinare ko sa inyo ang aming title. Ngayon naman, ay share ko sa inyo ang aming introduction para mas bigyan pa kayo ng malawak na kaalaman patungkol sa aming study. So, financial literacy is essential for helping individuals, particularly teachers, to manage their finances responsibly. Okay, let's be real. Adulting is hard, but being a teacher in adulting, that's like boss level. Your salary is fixed, but expenses, they are unlimited. Transportation, food, mobile load, coffee, classroom supplies, tapos may sudden, Mom, we need bond paper tomorrow. Like, where did that expenses come from? So according to Fernando and Arieta, a lot of teachers overspend, rely on loans, and have no proper budgeting system. Lesson plans, organized, wallet, not so much. Mood ng wallet, I exist, but barely. Even when teacher want to save, Tumaliwan found that actual financial practices are often inconsistent. Basically, I want to save but life keeps happening. Surprise expenses always pop up. Kahit Marie Kondo cash envelope system, if the wallet is empty, good luck. RIP na lang sa savings. So, budgeting frameworks like 50, 30, 20 rule and zero-sum budgeting acts as guidance. Needs dito, wants dito, savings dito, dreams later na lang. Paneda and Albay also noted that limited financial literacy makes proper budgeting challenges for teachers. Kaya gumawa kami ng C++ budgeting system. It is basically a digital financial best friend. Mag-register ka, log in, put your income, select your budgeting method, and boom! Automatic allocation for needs, wants, and savings. According to Mutya and Ferenal, digital tools like this can reduce stress and help teacher become more financially aware. So, the goal of this study is to track how teachers allocate their income and demonstrate how C++ budgeting tool can support more discipline, organized, and stress-free financial decision making. No more mid-month panic, like, wait, parang wala na agad sweldo ko. So, let's be real guys. We need this kind of, code or this kind of app or something like this in our lives. Not just teachers. Because we all need to save up. We need to be financially stable. And we think by building this kind of code or malay natin, maging app, building this kind of app will help us all save a lot of money. So that's the goal. Be financially stable and be pretty. Anyway.
Magandang gabi. Ako si Kenneth at welcome sa pinakamadilim na parte ng bahay ko kasi wala kaming budget ng ilaw dahil data gathering. Kasama ako sa interview namin kay Sir Juan Paulo Dizon. Hindi ako yung nagtanong, pero ako yung nakinig sa gilid na parang CCTV. Ayon habang nagsasalita siya tungkol sa sweldo, credit card bills, emergency funds. Ako naman parang, okay, so wala na palang pera by 12-12 sale. Pero legit, ang daming lumabas na needs. At oo, legit din yung pag-iyak ng wallet. Tapos receipts everywhere, parang Christmas light pero papel. Nakita namin dito yung tunay na gastos ng teachers, paper, ink, pamasahe, load, pagkain, kape para mabuhay, lahat-lahat. Kung may resibo ng pagod, isasama ko rin yun, pero wala eh. So, pagkatapos ng interview at receipt, ako yung nag-organize ng data. Ang daming numbers, parang math quiz na hindi ko inaral. So, ginawa kong categories yung salary, expenses, shortage, savings, loans. Tapos na-realize ko, teachers are fighting for their lives. As in 1 month may savings sila, next month wala, pero may bago silang shoes, relate. So ayun, kasama ako sa interview, hindi ako yung kausap, pero ako yung nag-process ng buong data. Ako yung taga-ayos, ako yung taga-organize, ako yung ayan na po ma'am, sorted na siya. In short, ako yung nag-convert ng kalat into, may sense na. At yan po ang data gathering. Madilim dito kasi literal budgeting ang topic. Pero kahit madilim yung data, mas madilim pa. Good night po. Sana good ang budget nyo.
Now let's talk about the problem analysis for our budget allocation system. So first, the system starts by collecting the user's financial info like their salary, receipts, and monthly expenses. After that, all the expenses are categorized into 3 groups: needs, wants, and savings. Next, after the user types in their salary into the system, they will choose a budgeting method. They can either use the 50-30-20 rule or make their own custom budget. After choosing, the system will automatically calculate how much money goes into each category. Then, the result will be displayed clearly and saved with a timestamp so that users can track their progress over time. Next, let's talk about the problems that this program solves. First, many people are not aware of their spending habits. This system helps them see their expenses clearly. Second, people often overspend on unnecessary things. This system teaches users to focus on needs before wants. Third, many people are having a hard time managing their salaries or allowances. This program makes sure that every peso is properly budgeted. Fourth, many people struggle with saving money consistently. With the 50-30-20 rule, this system encourages users to develop a saving habit. Fifth, some people make poor financial decisions. With this system, it helps users compare their spending with an ideal budget plan. And last, many people have no clear structure when planning their budget. This program organizes everything into a simple monthly budget plan.
Hi everyone, today I'm gonna talk about the user and file management module of the C++ budgeting system. This part handles user registration, login, and saving progress. Essentially, the backbone that makes the app personal and persistent. Let's dive in. Now we move on to our first function. We go to the get current date time. This helper function fetches the current system date and time, formats it into a readable string, and removes the new line character. It's used to timestamp every budget entry so users know exactly when each budget was created. At the top, we define several global variables that track the current session. You have the current user, salary value, names and amounts and dates, and then the item count. Current user stores who is logged in. Salary value holds the user's monthly income. Names, amounts, and dates arrays store the 3 budget categories, which is the needs, wants, and savings. And then item count tracks how many budget items are currently active. Next is the user exist function. The user exist function checks if a username is already taken. It opens the user text file, reads it line by line, and looks for a line starting with the entered username followed by a colon. If found, it returns true. Otherwise, false. This prevents duplicate usernames during registration. Register user function handles the new account creation. It 1. Prompts a username and password. 2. Calls the username text file to ensure the username is available. 3. If the username is free, it appends the username password to a user text file. And then 4. Returns true on success or false if registration fails. User function authenticates it, returning users. It 1. Takes a username and password. 2. Open user's text file and read each line. 3. Splits each line at the colon to separate stored usernames and passwords. 4. Compress the input with stored credentials. And 5. If matched, it sets current user and returns true. Otherwise, it shows an error and returns false. Now we move on to save progress. Once a user creates a budget, save progress saves it to a personal file named by the user. 1. It opens the user's save file in append mode. 2. It creates a timestamp header and using getCurrent date time. 3. Approach the budget data passed into the function. And 4. Closes the file and confirms the save. The load progress function lets users to view their past save budget. It 1. Opens the user personal save file. 2. Prints a formatted header with the username. 3. Outputs all saved entries line by line. And 4. If the file doesn't exist or is empty, it informs the user. Here is how data is stored. Each user has their own text file paired with their username password file. Each user has their own save file or text with timestamp budget entries. The function count user saves counts how many saves a user has by scanning their save file for lines containing save. It returns a total number of save budget entries which could be used for displaying stats or limiting saves. So, to explain the login and registration system, to put it simply, it's a clear, modular, and ready to integrate with the budgeting logic, making the app not just a calculator, but a personal finance tool that anyone can use. Thank you for listening to my part. Patay tuloy ako, puta.
So, i-explain ko yung flow ng main program, login menu, and the budgeting program. When the program starts, the user is taken to the login menu, which has the three options: register, login, and exit. If the user chooses register, they will enter a username and password, and the program saves that information inside the file users.txt. If the user chooses login, the program checks if the username and password match the records in the file. Once the login is successful, the program switches to the main features of the app. Choosing exit simply closes the entire program. After logging in, the user sees another menu with 4 options: budget up, view my saved progress, save current budget session, log out. Budget up starts with the actual budgeting system. View my saved progress, open the user's save file and display all the past budgets. Save current sessions allow the user to manually save their current budget data. And log out brings the user back to the login menu and clears the current user variable. When the users enter the budget app, the program resets any old data and asks for the user's salary. Next, it lets the user choose between the 50-30-20 budgeting approach or creating their own custom percentage distribution. For 50-30-20, the program automatically sets 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings. For custom, the user inputs their own percentages, and the program checks that the total is exactly 100%. After calculating everything, the program shows a full summary of the budget, including the total allocated amount and how much money remains. Before exiting the budgeting section, the program automatically saves the entire sessions into the user personal save file.
Hi, I'm Yuri Suba. I'm the last member added to this group, and I'll be presenting the conclusion of our case study on analyzing teachers' income allocation through a budgeting framework. So, through our study, we discovered that integrating a structured budgeting framework into a C++-based system can really help teachers manage their income more effectively. By categorizing their salary into needs, wants, and savings, the program gives a clear and organized way to see how money is being spent. This structured approach encourages discipline, consistency, and responsible financial habits. The system also helps teachers recognize overspending patterns, pinpoint areas where adjustments are needed, and develop regular saving habits. With automated calculations and save records, users can easily track their financial decisions and see how their budgeting improves over time. Overall, this budgeting tool supports teachers in making well-informed financial choices, reduces stress caused by poor management of money, and promotes long-term financial awareness and responsibility. So, in short, our project shows that even a simple computational tool can make a big difference in helping teachers take control of their finances and build a better financial habits. That's all. Thank you.
Like sugar on my tongue, your body.